What's up, guys? So in today's video we're going to be talking about Shopify stock. Now this is a stock that's been on an absolute tear over the last year. It's up almost 200% as of recording this video and currently trading at $400.13. This has been one of the highest running stocks over the last couple of years. But before I go into this video, I want to tell you guys to please smash that subscribe button and subscribe to receive more future videos from this channel. It really helps me out, guys. It shows me that you're enjoying my content, and also helps me find more ideas, because the more subscribers I get, the more comments I usually receive on my videos, and I use the comment section to make a lot of my videos as well. So be sure to subscribe to get more videos in the future, and also hit that like button if you enjoy this content. So let's get right into it, guys. What is Shopify? So Shopify, before I go deep dive into the stock, I just want to quickly talk about some of the things about the company. So Shopify, in the simplest terms, is simply an e-commerce platform used for small businesses to grow their website. But I'll give you guys more more thorough description. So Shopify operates a cloud-based commerce platform designed for small, medium-sized businesses. Its software is used by merchants to run business across sales channels, including web, tablet, and mobile storefronts, social media storefronts, brick and mortar, and mom and pop shops. So the company's platform provides merchants with a single view of business and customers, enables them to manage products and inventory, process orders and payments, build customer relationships, leverage analytics and reporting, focuses on merchant and subscription solutions, and the company was founded in 2004. So right now we're sitting at a $46 billion market cap on Shopify. This is actually a company based out of Canada, so it's headquartered in Ottawa, Canada. So let's just go back to the chart so we can take a look at it. So this stock's been on an absolute tear, and it actually dipped down quite a bit here. So I noticed Shopify right here. I actually should have pulled the trigger, because we were actually, this was a key support line. So as you can see here, there was key support right around about the $280 range. And one of the reasons why there's usually support at those even numbers like 280, 290, is because that's a lot of places where people put in their stop loss orders and their limit orders. So basically a limit order is like the minimum price that someone is willing to pay. So for example, if I put in a limit order at around $280, that means that I would buy that stock at that price. So it just seems like that's probably one of the places where we're seeing a lot of limit orders, and that's why there was support there. So the stock bounced down off of a $280 support, and then now it's ramped way up, and we're seeing resistance right around the $420 level. So that's kind of the trading range that we've been dealing with recently, between $280 and $420. So what do I think about Shopify stock? Well, first, I like to always look at numbers, because those quarterly reports, guys, those quarterly and annual reports, like I've mentioned time and time again, they provide so much key information straight from the CEO. The CEO knows more about the company than anybody else. So let's check out its latest quarterly report. And the reason why I like quarterly reports is not just because of the numbers, but because it really helps me understand the business. Like I said, all of us, we have our strengths and our weaknesses when it comes to investing. So in the e-commerce realm, I do do a lot of things online. I'm an internet entrepreneur myself, as well as an investor, but e-commerce is something that I'm not as familiar with, so I really like reading these reports. So let's just take a look at it. More than 1 million merchants are now building their businesses on Shopify as more entrepreneurs around the world reach for independence. Toby Luckett, Shopify CEO: "These merchants choose Shopify because we're making entrepreneurship easy, and we will continue to level the playing field to help merchants everywhere succeed." And then from the CFO, "Our strong results in the quarter were driven in part by the success of our international expansion." So the guys, that's a huge milestone for any company. They just reached 1 million members on their platform. So there are over 1 million people now using Shopify. That's a huge milestone for any company. So let's just look at some of the revenue numbers. Quarterly revenue is up 45%. Subscription revenue is up 37%. Merchant solutions 50%. And gross profit grew 45%. So like I said, guys, this is a huge growth company. This is not currently profitable, which is what we see with a lot of these early tech companies. They're simply spending as much money as possible to acquire as many customers as possible, because they know they're going after market share. So let's just talk a little bit about Shopify itself. So I just want to show you guys a few things. And I've actually used it before. So basically, it's just an e-commerce solution that allows you to basically open an online store, something like Amazon.com. So all you do here is you can easily sign up and they give you a free trial. And I believe last time I used Shopify, I believe it cost around $30 to $40 per month. If you're in Canadian dollars, it's a little bit more expensive. But I think the business is pretty straightforward and easy to understand. Let's just take a look at the pricing and give you guys some exact numbers. Like I said, I've used this company before. It's really easy to set up a store. If you guys, this is kind of non-stock related, but you guys are interested in like selling anything online, maybe you want to sell t-shirts or designs or jewelry, Shopify is a pretty easy solution. So as you can see here, the basic plan starts at $30 per month, $80 for a plus plan, and the advanced plan is $300. So really simple, straightforward way that this company makes money. They make a lot of money off of their subscriptions, and then they also make money off of selling little add-ons and things like that. So really straightforward. So let's just go back to that report. So I just want to talk about some of their business highlights. As I mentioned before, they passed 1 million merchants. And then also I want to mention they launched a sustainability fund, which commits at least $5 annually invest in areas like carbon sequestration, neutralizing carbon footprint. So that's a really nice thing, because I've noticed that a lot of these companies that go philanthropic, like they add a philanthropic angle to their company, really helps build kind of public goodwill and can really help them win over customers. So that's a really nice thing to see. And then they launched Shopify Chat, so that allows merchants to have real-time conversations with their customers. So that's really nice, guys. You probably used live chat before. It really helps you close a sale, because a lot of people visiting your website perhaps might be interested in buying something, and if you can talk to them real time, it can really help them. They've launched in some new languages. They launched Shopify payments in Italy. So, and also one of the things that I noticed about the company is that, I wanted to mention this earlier, they're pretty cash heavy. So they have 2.6 billion in cash compared to 1.9 billion. So they're stacking cash up, which is a really nice thing to see. That'll really help them in case there's a downshift in business activity, something like that. So financially, as I mentioned, the revenue's increasing. They are operating at a loss, but like I said again, that's pretty normal with these types of growth businesses. So what do I think about stock Shopify in the future? Well, one of the things I like to do is I like to look at a long-term view of revenue, because like I said earlier, this company is not currently profitable, so we don't really have any good, we don't have much EPS numbers to run off of. EPS numbers is one of the earnings per share is one of the key numbers that I look at when buying a stock. But in a growth company, we want to take a look at revenue, because as long as revenue is increasing, we know that they're adding more customers, and did that when they're at the point when they're able to swing in profitability. Guys, I always use macro chart visual numbers, and all the data is organized annually. So as of 2012, the company made 24 million, and now just 6 years later, they've eclipsed the $1 billion mark, and this number will be even higher at the end of their Q4 2019 report. So they've gone from 24 million in 6 years. That's absolutely phenomenal growth, and that's one of the reasons we're seeing stocks skyrocket. So hitting $1 billion in revenue is another huge milestone. So there's those two milestones. So you've got 1 million customers or 1 million users, something like that. That's a huge milestone, and then you have $1 billion in revenue. That's another milestone. So now that this stock has hit $1 billion in revenue, it's going to jump on the radar of a lot of hedge funds, a lot of mutual fund companies, stuff like, normally they don't trade, stocks where there's not a lot of revenue and things like that. So the fact that this is going to get under the attention of a lot more bigger players now, it is definitely on my radar. And as you can see here, very nice visualization of the revenue numbers. So the thing about this is system to buy. Well, considering that the stock is approaching current resistance, for me this is a wait and see, because if you bought here earlier in August, you got crushed. So it depends what your view is. For me, Shopify is definitely a long term. More and more people are going to be starting businesses online. They're going to be selling things. E-commerce is definitely going to pick up in the next decade, simply because more people have faster internet connections, more smartphones all over the world. So if you bought down here, congratulations. If you're thinking of buying here, for me, this is a wait and see, because I want to see if it breaks past this key resistance. So if it breaks past 420, then I'll probably be more interested in acquiring the stock, because I don't want to buy it at the top and then have it come back down to here, because even though they're have some amazing revenue numbers, the company's still operating at a loss, and a lot of this could just be popularity bought into the stock. Do I think it's a good buy long term? Well, absolutely. So if we just look at the long term chart, so for traders, 1-year chart is what I prefer, but long term view, we can look at a long term chart. As you can see here, if you bought long term on this, if you got the stock down around $20 about 3 to 4 years ago, you're way up. So you're almost 20x'd your investment. So long term, I think Shopify is an excellent investment. For a 2 to 5 year standpoint, I think it's an excellent investment. For the short term, as I would say, I would probably wait, see what's going to happen here, because until it reaches 420, I feel like you're buying at the top here. That's just my opinion. Just take a wait and see approach on Shopify. I really like this company though, and I've used it myself, so I give it 2 thumbs up. A couple ways you could play this. If you think it's going to come back down to support, that around long-term support at 280, you could buy a put option. So a put option is like the opposite of a call option. It's similar to shorting a stock, except you don't have to trade on margin and borrow money. So the put option is when you think the stock is going to go down in price, and it gives you the option but not the right to sell that stock at that current price. So you can buy a put option if you think the stock is going to come down. If you're long-term bullish, you can simply buy a call option, which gives you the right but not the option to buy that stock at a certain price. So two different points of view depending on where you think the stock is going. But anytime I see a stock run up this much nearing resistance, for me, I'm going to wait and see. But I would love, it would be nice if I could, if the stock did come down, and I would be able to buy it right around this range, because this is the point where I'm very interested in. So long term, where do I think the forecast is for Shopify in the next 5 to 10 years? Well, I don't see any reason why, as long as there's not a stock split, something like this couldn't be a potentially $800 to $900 stock. The business model is pretty straightforward. It's very, very easy to understand, and people are using it. People are using this company, and the company's a very well run company. So I just want to talk to you guys before I close this video. I just want to talk a bit about the company itself. So if you're interested in this would actually be this is a Canadian company. So, there's a little bit about the story. I also like the story of Shopify as well. I think it's a really nice story. So they're helping the worldwide economy. They're allowing people to start businesses, and they power over 1 million businesses worldwide. So they started about a decade ago selling snowboards. Guys, this is just a really nice story here. Aside from making money in the stock market, one of the nice things is to invest in a company with a nice story, and something that's really changing people's lives. So for instance, if you're investing in Coca-Cola, the company's not really changing people's lives. They're just selling them soda pop. But a company like Shopify is helping people all over the world make money and provide for their family. So it's keeping people off the street. It's opening up economic productivity, and it's changing people's lives. E-commerce business is definitely the future. So very nice platform here, and like I said, all around I really like the company. I think it's a good buy. So that's it for now, guys. Let me know what you think about Shopify stock. Is it a buy for you? Is it a sell for you? Are you going to acquire shares at this point, or are you going to wait, see what happens with that long-term resistance at 420? What is your opinion on this? Let me know in the comments. And be sure to subscribe to get more videos on this. I'm going to be covering more videos that are popular on platforms like stocks that are popular on platforms like Robinhood. And also, I'm reading your comments, so anytime you guys mention a company, I'll try to do my best to do a video on it. So that's it for now, guys. Just give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And thanks for watching.